let me get this right. Albeit, I think Kurt Angle is one of the greatest that has ever stepped foot in the ring. I think Kurt Angle could be a future Hall of Famer, depending on what happens in the future. But let me get this straight, TNA. You have a guy who was just arrested. He was arrested for stalking and having possession of steroids, or some kind of steroids. He was arrested to a point where he was actually thrown in jail, thrown behind bars, got out on bail, but he was thrown behind bars, and is noted for stalking. He's able to make the pay-per-view. Now, the normal common sense of a human being would trigger that this man needs some kind of punishment for what he's doing and some kind of help. If he was in WWE, for fucking sure, he would have been suspended. Maybe he would have even been fired. Maybe they would have sent him to rehab. They tried that in 06. They said to him, get some fucking rehab or get out of my company. Did the same thing with Jeff Hardy. Sometimes WWE is over-exaggerate with their suspensions, but they do it. Or their punishments, I should say. So what does TNA do? I mean, Kurt Angle is already... the fact that Kurt Angle, the head of their company, is a stalker and has a court date, he retains the title. You know what I would have done? I mean, because seriously, before this, Kurt Angle is threatening the company that he's going to go to WWE, or I don't know if he was going to go to WWE, but he did threaten to leave. He did threaten to leave, saying, I'm going, I'm not staying, if Jeff Jarrett stays on top. You know what I would have done if I was TNA? I would have taken that contract of his, tore it up, get out of my fucking company. Because now, figuratively, first off, he's pointing the gun to their head. He's pointing the proverbial gun to their head. And saying, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to pull the trigger. That's basically what he did. Secondly, what exactly has Kurt Angle done for your company financially? Nothing really. He hasn't brought in ratings. He's not bringing in a huge profit. Now, like I said, I like Kurt Angle. I think he's one of the best. He was awesome in WWE, but this is ridiculous. This is to a point. I was watching Gilbert's video, and he said it perfectly. The guy is out of control. The guy is not fucking right in the head. There's something wrong with him. And TNA, you want to know what's worse about it? You want to know what's the worst thing about it? Is that you're letting him get away with this shit. Did you not fucking learn from Chris Benoit? A guy that wouldn't take help, or was not given any kind of help. Look what happened. He was taking all these fucking steroids. Look what happened. Albeit, maybe steroids had nothing to do with what happened. But, Kurt Angle doesn't want to take any kind of break or relaxation, much like Benoit did. And something serious is going to happen. Maybe not as serious as Ben was, but something serious is going to happen to Angle. Something fucking serious is going to happen. Or Brian Pillman would even be a better example, because supposedly, when he wanted help, he refused the help. Angle is going down a path that is up to no good, and he's probably going to end up in a black abyss and be lost as far as mentally. Because right now, I could not even fathom what the fuck is going through his mind. I really don't. I mean, seriously, this is getting retarded. that you could clearly tell there's something wrong with Angle, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. All of the above, all the three signs, the signs are pointing right at you. They're flashing. They're flashing like that open sign that you see at a fucking strip parlor, fucking strip mall. It's flashing right in front of you. And what are you doing? You're letting him get away with it. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Why he's getting away with this crap. Alright? What you did on the pay-per-view at Hard Justice, I didn't see a pay-per-view. I hear that Cody Deaner is the Knockouts champion, and people are getting pissed off that Cody Deaner is now ruining the Knockouts division when, in my view, the Knockouts division had been going downhill long before that. Quite frankly, the Knockouts division had been going down this downward spiral and becoming like the Divas. But the fact of the matter is, this Kurt Angle situation, I tried not to bother with it. I tried to ignore it as much as possible. But now that we're getting these details, that now he's a stalker, and now that he's still the champion, he's still he's still the main guy of your fucking company, after he had been thrown behind bars. I can't fucking fathom what this company thinks with. It really boggles my mind. Because there are some things that maybe, just maybe, in my mind, I could say, okay, maybe I could see why they want to go with this route. But who in their right mind would not suspend a man who's thrown behind bars for stalking and possessing some kind of steroids? You could obviously tell the man is not right. You can see it in his fucking eyes when you look at his promos. Go look in his eyes. You could fucking tell that there's something wrong with him mentally. And this company just lets him get away with it. It's ridiculous. Don't be shocked in the near future, sometime on this YouTube channel, that you're going to see me putting rest in peace Kurt Angle. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to resort to that. I hope it never happens, but it might. It's very likely if this road continues. I don't know, man. It's getting sickening. It's really, oh man. I just can't fathom it. I can't picture it in my mind that they're going to keep somebody who's putting the proverbial gun to their head, like, God knows how many times. I mean, he is now Triple H. He's virtually Triple H of TNA. He is now abusing politics to get his way. I mean, at least Jeff Jarrett stepped the fuck down. Not only that, at least Jeff Jarrett didn't hog the spotlight all the time. Sure, he hogged it throughout 2004, 2005, and 2006, but eventually he stepped the fuck down. He was off TV for a few months. So you at least got to breathe. Albeit, his wife was sick, but even afterwards, even when he came back a year after his wife had died, he still wasn't hogging the main event. At least Jeff Jarrett has a kid. You know what? I'm about to say something that I'm probably going to even regret. I'm probably going to say this. And people are going to probably jump down on my throat for this. They're going to really just rip me apart. I think Jeff Jarrett, at this current stage that we're at right now, I think Jeff Jarrett is a better asset than Kurt Angle as far as your boss level or political level, because, quite frankly, albeit Jeff Jarrett is fucking the ex-wife of Kurt Angle, but at least from my regulation, he is not mentally going crazy. He's at least somewhat stable. Kurt Angle is just going ballistic. And you're not helping the situation by letting him get away with this stuff. What, TNA, what more proof do you need that Angle needs help? Look at all of us. Look at all of us making these videos about Kurt Angle. We are making this message so that you can give Kurt Angle help. We don't want to be reading on Wrestling Observer from Dave Meltzer or Brian Alvarez saying that Kurt Angle is dead. That is the last thing I want to see. I don't want to see one of my favorite wrestlers of all time dead. Because as much as I'm ranting on Kurt Angle right now, he's still one of my favorites. I mean, come on. All of his matches with The Rock, all of his matches with Austin, all of his matches with Benoit, Jericho, Joe, well, only one with Joe, but the two of them with Joe, I'll say. Their Turning Point match and their Lockdown match, which was okay. But the idea is Angle is on a road where he is going to do something harmful to himself. Something's going to happen, and it's not going to be a good result. It's really not. And TNA, this is all I can really do. All I could do is spit out the words and give you the suggestions. It is your choice to follow up on them. Which fucking 99.99% of the time, you never listen to us. Who actually make some fucking common sense. If he was in WWE right now, and if he would have pulled this shit, the WWE would have pulled him off TV immediately. He wouldn't have competed at that pay-per-view. Something tells me he wouldn't even have shown up on the pay-per-view. They would have had something replaceable. They would have fixed something. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say. All I can say is how I feel. I am a concerned fan that doesn't want to see one of his favorite wrestlers continue this road of insanity, because that's where it's going. I'm done. I can't really talk any further. TNA, I mean, seriously, you really got to pick it up. It's not even just product quality wise. It's just now backstage management. Now it's basically managing your superstars. You don't even know how to manage them. You don't know how to act like a boss and tell Angle, no, you can't do this. Because now you're just letting Angle get away with everything, and all because you're afraid he's going to go to the WWE. Well, after this incident, I think you'll have no worries about him going back to the WWE, because I don't think the WWE wants him right now. Because he's insane now in your company. Imagine if he went back to fucking WWE on their road schedule. That's it. I'm done.